When it comes to self-defense and using a gun, there's a lot to think about. It's in your best interest to always be able to properly identify your target and, if needed, and hit it as well, but also have something to support your need for using a gun to defend yourself. Now, this is the newest thing, having a gun laser light and a video camera. Viridian did just that with the X5L with cam. Check it out. I'm Drew Case from Beyond Seclusion, bringing you the reviews directly here to Gun.Deals. Now, real quick, if you're not familiar with Gun.Deals, they're a website where you can go and share and find the best gun-related deals available for purchase online or in retail stores. It's awesome, guys. You just type in the gun or the product you're looking for in the search, and it'll show you anything and everything that's been posted from any user, company, or website. Now, Gun.Deals does not sell firearms or anything else. They simply browse and search the web for the best deals, saving you a ton of time. It adds nothing to the cost of the product. In fact, they simply redirect you to the web pages with the best deals. It's genius. I love it. It is. Now, in today's environment, it's almost critical, guys, that you have your own video record of an encounter where a gun is drawn and or used, not only for your legal benefit, but also the impact that it has on your thought process and accountability. Knowing that I've got a video record of what I'm doing, I think instills a little bit of extra pause and caution, which should be there, but it's nice having that little extra nudge to, hey, what's going to happen here when I pull the trigger? Now, for law enforcement, this is absolutely critical. You watch the news, the vest cams, the problem with the vest cams is the view is often blocked when the gun is put out in front. And then you have a rifle, and all you see is the back of the rifle. And unfortunately, that doesn't provide us what we need. And then we've got blurry video from people standing around. Anyway, that's the idea behind doing weapons-mounted cameras. Now, before we get into the review, let's just take a quick look at the specs and tech and run through some of the features on this. Okay, I just want to run through a couple features here real quick. We've got the power on this side, and we've got a power on this side. And then we have two little LED lights here and here. One is for the battery. Now I can lightly depress, and it's just an instant on-off, only as long as I'm lightly touching it. Now, that's a red light. That's showing that my battery is down and needs recharging. If I want to turn the unit on, I click it, and now it's on. If I want to cycle through all the different settings, I simply click them both at the same time once. Oops, I turned it off. I'll turn it this way. Okay, now I'm going to press them both at the same time. That's the flashing laser. Press it again. And that just allows me to cycle through all the different settings. Now let's find one that I want. Okay, you can't see, but the laser is on there. Now I have the battery light indicator there. Now the camera is not working. That's this light. Now if I press this twice, press, let go, press, let go. Yep, didn't do it right. There we go. It waits 2 seconds. Now that is flashing. That's telling me the cam is activated and it's recording. Now when I turn it off, so now that I have the cam enabled, every time, even just the light depression, 2 seconds, there we go, cam is going. Okay, so it would seem that if I light depress it, the cam will come on, but then light depressing it again, the cam's gonna keep running, so I have to turn it on and then off. Now I'm gonna I flip up this cover here. I'll show you, I'm gonna plug it in and we're gonna recharge that. We'll see if I can get it halfway charged. That light will turn yellow when it's about halfway, and when it's fully charged, that'll be green, and then if I activate the cam. If I wanna deactivate the cam, okay, I turned it on, same thing, I'm gonna press this twice, and now I have deactivated the cam. And when I turn it on and off, the cam is not gonna come on. So I got it plugged in. It's showing me the red light, showing the yellow light over there. We'll just wait until that turns green, and then it's fully charged. So there it's showing fully charged. We got the green light, good to go. Okay, so I got the X5L with the cam mounted on my Springfield XDM, and I went with a full size. It's gonna be really hard to get this on anything other than a full size. And even with a full size, I'll admit, it's a bit on the big side. It even extends just a little bit above the rail. What I would like to see is maybe somehow this moved back a little bit so that we could get it on there with, I guess, more or less rail space, if that makes sense. Anyway, what I want to do here is run through in the dark some of the different settings so you can see what it's like in complete darkness. And then we're going to go outside and put some lead on steel. Now, it's important to mention that this does not play well with those of you that have Mac, Apple. When we plug this in, it's not compatible. You need a PC. That's something that I would like to see change. The files are an MOV, and what you need on a Mac is iMovie or MP4. You can convert. It's a huge pain in the ass. So what I did was I just did the video, and then I had my phone to do the sound because I was not having the best of luck with converting the files. I also found it challenging to cycle between the different brightness settings on the light. You have to press this and hold it for 3 seconds, and it's supposed to cycle through. Sometimes I got it to work, sometimes I didn't. I'm gonna reach out to Viridian, make sure that it's not user error. Okay, so what I wanna do is I wanna show you what this looks like inside. So I'm down in my basement, and I'm gonna turn this on, maybe run through some of the different, laser light, just laser, just lights. You can see how bright it is indoors. And then we're gonna go outside, and I'm gonna shoot some steel at night so you can see, just how far I can see and identify something. Let's check that out.
Okay, so it's pretty much completely black in here. I can't see anything. Gonna turn on the light and the cam, one push of the button. And this is in strobe mode. And for self-defense, I would highly recommend strobe mode. It's bright enough that we can easily target identification and see what we need to see. But if we want to run through the different settings, like I showed you, we're just going to push them both at the same time. Now we have just the green laser. Now we have the light with the pulsating laser. Just the light. It's off. Laser solid. Laser solid with light. Solid. And now we're back to strobe mode.
Okay, so this is 50 yards, or actually just a little bit under. I started walking towards the target. Can see the target perfectly. Pretty good. There you go, guys. Okay, that worked great. What I want to do now is daylight back here in my CQB. I'm going to use just the laser, do a little transitioning, and see how that... Okay, so I just have the laser on here. I want to see, actually I want to show you how well we can see it in daylight and transition. I'm not going to use, I've got an awesome hollow sun on here. Nice thing is you can use that. If that's zeroed, you can dial in a laser super easy, so it's awesome. Anyway, let's just see how we can do without looking down the sights using just the laser. Laser. Nice. All right, let's get this baby off and torture test it. There you go, guys. That worked great. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this off and I'm gonna torture test it. I'm gonna drop it 17 feet, I'm gonna submerge it, and I'm gonna freeze it, and then we're gonna put it back on. Hopefully it's still working, and then we're gonna drill some steel and make sure it stayed on target. Okay, so this is the second one that I've had. I got some condensation in there, and originally on the first one, I thought that it had leaked. In fact, since then, it's cleared up, and I just shot some video, and it works perfectly. I just talked to Viridian. Because these are built in-house, currently, they don't have the ability to, like, nitrogen purge these, and so with the hot tub and the 102 temp in there, it causes some condensation to build up. Anyway, it did clear up, and I'm going to put that back on the pistol and show you the video. Okay, I just, out of curiosity, because I have found with two different models that this is watertight. Okay, I did have the issue with the condensation putting it in the hot tub. Now, I don't think too many people are going to submerge their pistol or their X5L cam in the hot tub for 30 minutes. So one question that pops to mind is, you know, the hot tub was 102 degrees. You know, am I going to have any kind of condensation if it's 102 degrees out? So I thought, hey, you know, my oven has got a keep warm mode. And I thought it was 120, but I do think it goes up to 180. Let's see if we get any condensation with just straight normal heat and not submerged to 2.5 feet in a hot tub. All right, well, it's good and hot, I can tell you that much. Yep. Ooh. We're just gonna set down here. I'll let it cool off, and then we're gonna see if we have any condensation. Okay, so this baby got hot. Okay, conditions in which we would experience outdoors, not being submerged in a hot tub, and we have absolutely no issues with condensation. So at least for me, my conclusion is, unless you plan on taking this into a hot tub, you're not gonna have any of the issues with condensation. And because I love this hollow sun, and that's still working too. So hey, we tested both of these under some pretty extreme heat. Gets up to 180 degrees in there. And let me tell you, when I took this out, I could not touch any metal parts on this without burning my hand. That's a win in my book. Okay, so we torture tested it. We put it in my hot tub. We ran into a few issues there. It is watertight, but the extreme heat of that hot tub, and because this is made here, you know, in-house, It isn't nitrogen perch, and we had a few issues with some condensation that built up, but then it also went away. Anyway, it passed the drop test, the freeze test. I got it mounted right back on, just like I had it. I'm gonna fire off some shots here and see if it's still working, see how the video is, and see if it stayed on target. So as you can see, I've got the green laser, and actually the cam is rolling. I'm not gonna use the optic. I'm just gonna kind of hold it out in front and make sure we can check and see the green laser working. There you have it. It is what it is. You decide what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video, found it helpful. If so, help support my channel. Come check me out on YouTube under Beyond Seclusion. I do tons of reviews of optics, lasers, guns, ammo, anything and everything related to shooting. Until next time on Gun.Deals, happy shooting. Educate our young people to guns and gun safety, and be a safe and responsible gun owner.